Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I don't usually do sit down videos like this because I feel sometimes a bit awkward, but nonetheless I hope you enjoy it. So today I'm going to be talking about things I take while I winter camp. Initially I was going to do a video about everything I take while I winter camp, but there's just too many things I take, and just to specify, when I talk about winter camping, I'm not talking about like minus 10 degrees Celsius or minus 5 degrees Celsius. I'll put it in Fahrenheit right above here. But I'm talking about when it's really cold, between minus 20 Celsius to minus 40 Celsius. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, suggestions of other videos, or if you just like this type of video, please let me know. So to start off, I thought I would talk about, sorry, my chair is squeaky. I thought I would talk about the different cooking items that I bring while winter camping, because it's really different than while I usually backpack. To start off, I have this. You might be wondering what it is, but it's a plaque that I can put my stove on, because if you just cook in the snow and there's 10 meters of snow, where you're just going to be cooking all the way down to the ground. So which is why I have a plaque here. And on this plaque I have three, how do you say it in English? Des vis, so these thingies. I'll think of the word in English soon, bilingual problems. But on this plaque I put my burner on, so my cooking stove. My stove, which I'll show you here, is different than the one I use in summer. In summer I use a pocket rocket that just works with isopropane, so just a little gas bottle. But in winter this doesn't work because it's too cold, which is why I have to use a different type of stove, which then comes in this one. It's an MSR stove. I'm just getting it out of its bag, and voila, here it is. It opens up, and then I just put it like so on the plaque, and it works with naphtha. So naphtha, I put it in bottles just like this, and yeah, it works super well. The only thing is that this type of burner, it takes a bit of getting used to. There's a specific way to use it. If ever you're interested about how to use this type of stove, let me know, because it is a lot more complicated than the pocket rocket, and especially in winter it is it's cold, so it's difficult to use. So I recommend practicing setting it up, not inside but outside, before you leave on your trip. So this stove works with a pump. I'll show it to you. Here you go, the pump. The reason why it's in a different bag is that I keep this pump on a fanny pack on me, or else it will freeze as well, and then my stove won't work, and then it's not good. So that's why. So I always keep just a lighter, because lighters also freeze, in this bag, and then I put it in the fanny pack. What else did I want to show you? Oh yes, this is my pot. You might think it's a bit big. The reason why it's big, and this, I would only use this for 2 people. I wouldn't use it for more than 2 people because it wouldn't be big enough. And the reason why you might think it's quite big is because in the winter you have to melt snow to get your water, and snow has a big volume, so I would recommend at least a pot this size. And then to go with, I have these. Oh, they're stuck in my blanket. These pincers. Ta-da! And then the pincers, they just let me manipulate it as so. Yay, a stove. After that, I have the pot that I eat in, and this is a Yeti pot. So it is a lot more heavy than what I bring during the summer. I usually, in the summer backpacking, I'll eat in the same pot that I cook in, so a titanium pot. But in the winter, I like to eat in something warmer because food gets cold really easily. Now I have a black on my fingers because of touching my stove. But anyways, I recommend getting one of these, like a Yeti little thermos thingy, or another thermos cup. And then I also recommend, which I did here, duct taping it, because the contact of metal in the cold is really cold, so you don't want to get cold burns. Then after that, I have my thermos. Here you go. It's a Yeti. I feel like I'm sounding like if I'm sponsored by Yeti, but no, I would love to, but that's not the case. But this is my food thermos. Here you go. And in it, I usually put my lunch because in winter you want to eat basically everything warm or else it freezes. And then I'll put my dehydrated lunch in the morning. I'll add hot water right in the morning, and then at lunchtime it will be good to go. And with this thermos, period. With this thermos, I have a long spoon. Here you go. The reason why I have a special spoon to go with my lunch thermos is that it's quite long. So before I was using like a shorter spoon, I was putting my hand in and my whole mitt was getting dirty, but this is magical. It fits right to the bottom and you don't have to get your hands dirty. So would recommend. Just screwing it back on. Okay, moving on. Now I have my water bottles. Where's the other one? I have these. These are for my water. So it's an Outdoor Research water bottle holder, and I would definitely recommend these. They're great. You can strap them to your backpack, and without these, your water will freeze, guaranteed. And yeah, I just have a Nalgene bottle. Yes, it's not ultra light, but a smart water bottle would survive 2.1 seconds in the cold Canadian winter. Well, at least where I live. By the way, I live in Chicoutimi, which is northern-ish Quebec. I mean, it's not really northern if you look at all of Quebec, but compared to most of the population, it's quite north. So recommend these. Unfortunately, Outdoor Research doesn't really make these bottle holders anymore, but I think Nalgene makes some. Anyways, if you can get your hands on Outdoor Research water bottle holders, would definitely recommend them over the Nalgene ones because they're really well made. And as I said, you can Velcro them onto your backpack. Speaking of backpacks, this is my winter backpacking bag. So in the summer, I use an Osprey AHA 58 liters, and it's great. It's super light, but in the winter, it's not big enough. So I have this Ariel. I think it's an Ariel. Yeah, Ariel 75 liters. It's very big. It's very comfortable. This is funny to say, but I would prefer an 85 liter backpack, but this one was on sale and the 85 one was so much more expensive. So I went with a 75 liter one, and it's super comfortable. Fits a lot of stuff, but for winter, the bigger the better. We're not talking about ultralight hiking. It's really difficult to be an ultralight hiker when it's minus 30 outside. Well, yeah, almost impossible, I would say. Here we go. Now I will be moving on to a different category. Sorry, I have to keep bending and then going up. I guess I'm not used to sit-down videos. I will get used to it. I will get better. But moving on, I will talk about sleep systems. So, to sleep in the winter, I have 2 mattresses. Here we go. So I have this Thermarest Z-Lite. Ta-da! And I sleep on this. I would recommend putting the yellow side on the ground because the silver side reflects onto you. I used to have the 3/4 one, but then I realized having your feet nice and toasty is a better idea. And then on top of that, I have my Thermarest Neoair mattress. Great mattress. I have a bag to blow the air into it. It comes with, but I wouldn't recommend directly blowing into this mattress during the winter. The reason being is that your breath will freeze and it can make the mattress less performing, and just, yeah, use the bag that comes with. And yeah, then after that, for my sleep system, here we go. He's a big boy. Ta-da! This very, 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 very warm sleeping bag. It is a North Face Inferno minus 40 degrees Celsius, which is minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, when Fahrenheit and Celsius start to be the same degree, that's when you start to get worried and you wonder, why do I live here? But in any case, it's quite warm. In my opinion, it's one of the best sleeping bags you can get on the market for winter camping. It is quite pricey. I managed to find this one secondhand. So if ever you see one of these secondhand, jump on the occasion, because just it being on my lap is making my lap warm. And it's definitely really important to have a good sleeping bag. The warmer, the better. So in terms of sleeping bags, there's duvet and synthetic. For winter, yes, duvet can be difficult to use because if frost gets on it, well, then you have to take off the frost in the morning so your sleeping bag doesn't become wet. But synthetic is a lot less warm, so if you're someone who gets cold easily, I would recommend this North Face Inferno bag. Yahoo! Okay, other sleep items. I'm coming back into the frame. Okay, other sleep items. I have these slippers. So in French we call them des mouflons. I think they're just booties in English, but I have my booty inside here. Doo-doo. So this is a baffin booty. It's made out of the synthetic, and if I had to, am I still filming? Yes, I'm still filming. Okay, so if I had to buy them again, I would get duvet ones because they're not that as warm as I would like. And then I have over booties because if you just walk in these in the snow, they're gonna get wet and you don't want that. And these are from a Quebec company called L'Accordé. And inside these booties, I have a piece of blue mattress that I cut out in the shape of a foot. And that's just to insulate you from the ground because the ground is cold because it's snow. So there you go, my booties. And when winter camping, it's essential to have a type of warm booty at night because just when you get to the campsite, you're gonna want to take off your boots and your feet will get cold quickly if you're not moving. So invest in good booties. Don't do like me, buy the duvet ones and you will be happy. Other items, so I was talking about insulation. I always carry this a little yellow Thermarest Z-Light square thingy-majiggy because, as I mentioned, the ground is super cold, and if you go just standing on the ground, you'll get cold. So if I'm just standing waiting for someone, I'll just pull it out of my bag and stand on it. Same thing as sitting, eating in the snow. It just really helps to have an extra layer of insulation. Sometimes if I'm motivated, I will just take my whole Z-Light and sit on it. But sometimes if I don't want to have snow in my tent, I'll just pick this one up. I didn't take out my tent, but I have a MSR Elixir 3-person tent. I would recommend a winter tent, but I do not have one, which is why I'm not showing you one, because when it gets windy, that's the main difference. Do I have anything else to show? Let's see. This is just touching winter camping things. Just the tip of the iceberg, you could say, of tips and tricks for winter camping. So this is my toiletry bags. I will not show you the contents of it completely because, yeah, you don't need to see my brush and my toothbrush and my toothpaste, but I will show you this extra item that I carry. It's this little brush. I got this at the dollar store, so Dollarama. And the reason why it's useful is to take off the frost of your sleeping bag in the morning, something I mentioned before. It's difficult to take it off with your mitts because it's all frosted, so I would just recommend getting a brush like this. It's like a nail brush, and then you just brush off the frost. Super, 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 super helpful then again. So navigation, I don't think it's that special to winter, but I just have this holder for my maps, and then I have my compass. One thing I would recommend is putting your compass always on you because things will freeze and it's not good for the liquid in the middle, so varnaline, I think that's what it's called in English, to be frozen. So just keep everything that you don't want frozen on you. Speaking of that, I have a fanny pack over here, just like a pile of winter stuff. Next time I will try to have it more orderly, but yes. Okay, so in this fanny pack, I haven't yet added everything that I need, but you put everything you need that you don't want to freeze. So I have asthma, so I carry my asthma inhaler because I've had a bad experience of not knowing that these freeze and then waking up in the middle of the night and being like, oh, I need my inhaler, and then, oh no, it's frozen, I can't use it. So I always keep this on me. Also, I wear contact lenses, so these will be in my fanny pack. My compass is on me, and then I also carry hand cream in this because I want it accessible during the day. My skin gets super dry in the winter, especially under my nose. And I also have chapstick. Having sunburnt my lips in the winter, it's not a fun experience, so I always keep that accessible. And there's, of course, in this fanny pack, some tasty bars that I do not want them to be frozen, so I put them in here and they're delicious. Okay, so in this bag, it's not compressed, but are my warmest layers. So my warmest layers are layers that I'll add to what I'm wearing when I get to camp or when I'm cold, like for cooking in the evenings and for cooking in the morning. Basically, I'll have an outfit for moving, and then I have extra clothes that I put on, which is the difference between summer camping and winter camping. In summer camping, you get sweaty and hot, and I have like a night kit that I'll change into. But in winter camping, I don't even want to take off my pants. It's too cold. Changing your underwear is challenging, let me tell you. So I just add layers. So for my warmest layers, I have this outdoor research puffy jacket. It's funny because sometimes I wear it when it's cold outside, just like near my house, and I babysit a girl and she told me, wow, you're a muscle man with this jacket. So I guess you could call it my muscle man jacket. Yeah, but yeah, it's outdoor research super Alpine Parka, I think that's what it's called. And in this I have another inhaler and I have a lighter. Super warm, getting sweaty, just wearing it right now. Onto the winter pile you go. And then I have these have revolutionized my life. I would really recommend them. They are Rab Duvet Pants, and for someone who often has a cold bum and just cold legs in general, these are great for at night. I usually take them off before going into my sleeping bag, but they're really, really warm to wear while you're around your campsite. One last thing I will show you is this shovel. Ta-da! So definitely if you winter camp in a place that's snowy, I mean winter camping, not just little dusting of snow, but a lot of snow, bring your shovel. So the reasons why I recommend bringing your shovel are numerous. First of all, to dig out the spot where you want to put your tent. Shovel's very useful, of course. And then second of all, if you're in a zone where there's avalanches, this can be a super important safety item, or just shoveling keeps you warm as well around the campsite. So if you're hiking with a bunch of people, I do recommend each person have their shovel, because if one person doesn't have a shovel, they'll just be standing around and they'll be getting cold and the campsite won't be getting made. And the reason why I recommend shoveling your campsite is that way you can make like a kind of like when you're young, you make a snow fort or you make a snow kitchen. You can have like a counter to cook on made out of snow. Super cool, super fun. One of my favorite things about winter camping is making like a snow fort for my camp spot. That's pretty much all I had to say in this video. Obviously, there are many other items that I would bring while winter camping, but I thought I would just do an overview of some essential items as well as some tips. Please let me know if you enjoyed the video and if you would like to see any other videos about winter camping or any outdoor subjects. Let me know. Another video I could do is skiing, different videos. Anyways, let me know, and bye. I hope you enjoyed this video.